All right, we're live on Facebook. What's up, everybody? What's up? We're going to be starting the show in a few minutes. Please, everybody tune in. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome on Facebook land. Welcome everybody to the show. Another episode of Jay and Ralph's House. Big shout out to everybody listening in. Big shout out to everybody that's supporting the show, business-wise, family-wise, and friend-wise. And please share the show. We're all over every platform. You could download the app, Jay and Ralph's House. It's on Apple Store and is also on Google Play Store. Big shout out to everybody. You know, we're very happy to have our guest on. He's a local business owner in Glen Cove. You know, he did a lot for Glen Cove. He does a lot for the community. So we're going to be introducing him in a few minutes. And I want to thank everybody that support us being in the Puerto Rican parade this weekend. It's going to be we got our float in the parade, which is going to be very exciting. The first time ever we're going to have our float in the parade. So what's going on, Ralph?
You know what's best about that float?
Yeah.
People get to see my face.
Yeah, I know, right? Look at that.
You get to see this, my face, my hair, everything. You can't just,
Too bad they can't be having hair blown in the wind.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that terrible?
I know.
Just a couple of things, John. You know what happened the other night with that Nick win.
Oh,
and I'm still high on it. Tomorrow's game 5. Hopefully they pull it out. I think it's about time. It's been 53 years.
Oh, yeah.
What a team. The team is just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't go to bed until like 2 o'clock in the morning that night.
Oh, I don't think none of us slept.
I was so wound up. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think none of us slept that night.
Yeah, I'm so, I'm going to have a good year this year. Hopefully the Knicks win the championship, and then I got the Yankees. Hopefully the Yankees do something. I know you're a Met fan.
Maybe you should cut your hair this week.
No, I don't think so. You have, of course, I'm a New York Giant fan.
Yeah.
We got Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
And a lot of great rookies, and I'm really excited for this year. And
yeah.
I'm also Sunday is Ryan's birthday. Happy birthday, Ryan.
Yeah, happy birthday,
He's
Ryan.
Be 20 years old.
Wow.
His teen years are done.
Oh, my God.
Yep, that's it. But, he always says to me, am I ever going to see a championship in my lifetime? You know what? I waited how long, and you waited how long?
Yeah.
So I'm praying. I'm not going to talk ahead, but I'm just hopefully the Knicks win. It's good to see you walking around, too.
Yeah.
When I came by today, I was really surprised the way you were walking. I mean, you're a fast healer.
Yeah, no, thank God my body heals fast, I think it's all those sandwiches from La Placita that helped me.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Speaking of Placita.
Yes, so we have a really special guest.
Yes.
And I've been asking him to come on for, Sal, how long have I been asking you to come on?
Nah, not that long, Ralph.
Come on.
Yeah, all right.
I'm here for you.
Talk into the mic so people can hear you.
I'm here for you, Ralph.
I know. So Sal is a hey, what's up, Angela Stanko? So Sal is a manager slash what else do you do? You do everything. You're a stock boy.
Whatever
manager.
It takes to get
That's
the business
it.
going. Whatever
That's
it
it.
takes.
But this guy right here sitting next to me is a staple of the community. I know he does a lot of stuff with Nosh. La Placita is located on Glen Street. I think it's is it 210 Glen Street, Sal?
Yeah,
That's the
210
address.
Glen Street. Well,
Yeah.
it's that building is kind of funny because 210 Glen Street, 210 Glen Street belongs to also the Wendy's, and then some of the delis there. So we're actually 214 or 210.
Yeah, and it's what is it called? The Delco Plaza? What's the name of that plaza? I don't even know.
Wow, I forgot.
I know, I forgot. But that store. So I found that store working. And when I walked in that place, now my grandmother used to take the bus to Queens to go to a specialty store like yours, and she used to get platanos and all the Spanish food. But when you walk in that, it's what a great atmosphere when you walk in, right, John? When you walk in,
Oh yeah,
to La Placita,
everybody's friendly.
everybody's friendly, everybody
Yeah.
helps.
Yep.
Especially the man sitting next to me,
Mm-hmm.
he helps everybody. But it's a staple of the city of Glen Cove, and I think there's other locations. Correct, Sal? There's other locations.
Yeah, so the owner has another location in New Rochelle and in Mamaroneck as well.
Right.
We
So
opened one in Port Washington a few years back, but it didn't work out. I was a little uncomfortable with the parking there.
no, but still, I mean, I think our second guest is coming.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's Joe Gallo.
Uh,
Oh, Joe's here.
Mr. And he's got his shirt on.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Joe, did you gain a little weight? That shirt's a little small on you.
Yes, I have another shirt on.
No, don't lie. Don't lie.
I have my St. Marcos V shirt.
See,
Nice.
he had to show me, but isn't that a 4X? Isn't that a 4X?
Oh,
No.
I am a 4X. Yeah.
Oh, so we're waiting for our other guest coming on.
Okay.
But so you know about La Placita, right, Joe?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk into the mic, please. so we
Oh,
can
I'm
hear.
sorry. This is my first time at the show.
Yeah. Okay. So of course we have one supermarket in Glen Cove, what everybody says it's Stop and Shop, but I believe that we have multiple shopping centers here. We have La Placita, we have North Shore Farms, and we have Stop and Shop. Now Stop and Shop is a regular grocery store, but if you go to La Placita, that's a grocery store, but it's also specialty. They have a lot of stuff in there. They also serve sandwiches. They have breakfast. They have salads. It's like a what would you call it, Sal? It's there's a name for that. They said
Like would you say a mini market or?
no. It's oh my God, what the hell?
Convenience store.
No, I remember when we were talking that one time. Oh, gourmet.
Oh yes, yes.
It's a gourmet. It's gourmet. But so when you walk in there, it's just the atmosphere is nobody's angry.
Right.
Everybody's always happy. Everybody got nicknames when you walk in there, except for Nancy. I don't think Nancy has a nickname, right? Everybody's helpful, but there's two guys, yourself and the other guy. Who's the other guy that
We
works
have
at night?
A couple of guys there now. Ariel is there. Walter's there at night, and Diego is.
But you're the big kahuna there, right?
I'm the head. I'm the head manager. Yeah.
So what is your daily routine every day when you go in there?
And just to say, Nancy has been with us since the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, Nancy's great. Day to day, I go, I open up the store, turn on the lights.
What time do you open?
I try to be there about 6:30. Our hours are from 7 to 10, Monday through Saturday, and then Sundays 7 through 9.
Look, they're trying to. This is live. This is live TV.
This is it. This is
This is
what makes this show special.
but because we're live. You know, I mean, there was one time that Joe was changing his pants over there in the corner, and
I
that
don't
was
know
good.
about that, but
No?
no, but there was a guy walking around with lipstick all over him.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, you mean the one in the car over here?
No, the other one.
That's why we do a live show. This is not.
Yeah, it's awesome. So you open up at 7?
Yeah, open up at 7 pretty much. We're there a little bit before 7. And usually we get a rush in the morning. People looking to get their breakfast before work. And the day kind of like flows differently. Every day is different at the store. Sometimes it's a smooth day with the customers. Sometimes it's a little hectic. Sometimes it's a smooth days with the deliveries.
What's hectic?
Hectic?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes we get like a rush of people at the same time. Sometimes we get people that they need a little more attention at that time, at that moment. That might make it a little hectic, but
Yeah, but
Other than
hectic.
that-
You mean hectic by what? Like it gets
like you know how
like
when
it gets
you-
crowded.
Yeah, like when you came in the store, like when you come in the store and everybody kind of follows you.
Well, no, I kind of cut everybody. when I go to get my coffee, I go right in the front. I cut everybody. But Sal, but Sal, everything is so. Where are we putting this?
Give it to Sal.
Oh,
We had to change mics. We had an issue with one mic.
oh, there you go.
That's why it's a live show.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Sal. Talk.
I can leave it right there.
Yeah,
testing,
good.
testing.
There you go.
No,
No.
move that over to that.
Oh, okay. That's why it's a live show
See? We always do things live. We
Yep.
never do things.
because we're real. That's why.
Yeah, of course.
Like like Joe. Like the other day, Joe was real.
Joe's always real.
Yeah, I know.
Real busy.
Real bad. So, my brother owns a deli. So I know the way you have to deal with everybody that goes in there is an individual.
Yeah.
So you have to you always have to change your tune every 5 minutes, right?
I mean, whatever it takes. Like yeah, pretty much.
So a full day is from 7 to
For me, it depends. But yeah, usually 7 to 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I used to do a lot more hours when we were starting out. Now I have a more comfortable schedule.
well, do you have a bigger
I
staff?
have a day off now.
Yeah. Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
What's a day off, John? John don't know what a day off. John
Listen,
never has a day off.
I work at the school. I work Monday through Sunday, and then I stop Monday again. So, but yeah, when you have a business, when you have responsibilities, and you have to cut the costs and everything, you have to meet your goal for the month. It's hard to take a day off because you always worry about that stuff, and even like at home when you're paying your bills, you're like, okay, if I don't work this day, I might be short this much, or thank God, we surviving, but there's some people that doesn't. They work check by check, and they worry where their next dollar's coming from.
How did you make out with COVID? How did that store make out with COVID?
Well, COVID for business was good because we were selling out of everything, but it was a lot of work, and it was tough on the employees, on us. It was tough because of the situation. It was a scary time, and we had to accommodate people as well in terms of, there were certain items that maybe we had to limit. I really try not to do that in the store, but
I bet your toilet paper was one of them.
toilet paper. I try not to limit people from taking whatever they want. But the funniest thing about the toilet paper was I would see people maybe with 2 or 3 20 packs of toilet paper. And I would, I make conversation with people at the store all the time. And I tell them, I guess you were low, or, were you trying to look for that some other places? And they would say, no, I have like 10 packs at home. I just need a little extra.
Why? How many toilet bowls they got in the house?
Yeah.
You need?
What?
Right.
That doesn't make any sense.
But, listen, the thing is that, sometimes the media the news. It all plays a
They
part.
they over.
Yeah, and then you hear about people running out of toilet paper, and everybody starts buying toilet paper.
But
I'm sure that there were people
did you have the people come in?
to the store.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah, sure.
Even when you weren't allowed out of the house, or because I remember that it was like I think BJ's did it. A couple people go in and a couple people go out. That's
As
crazy.
a small store, I didn't need to do that. I didn't have that rush. BJ's, Costco's, these people,
They
places
lined up
had
around the
crowds
building.
outside.
Yeah.
We didn't have that situation, and even though it's a tight store, I didn't have to hold people back from coming into the store.
Did you do any deliveries at that point?
We
or-
did. We
Yeah.
did a lot of deliveries, and the reason why we did well during that time was because a lot of the other stores, they were doing deliveries every 3 to 4 days. So you would do a delivery. You would ask for a delivery today. They would deliver it 4 days from now. We would do it same day.
Wow, that's good.
And listen, my staff, they're great. And I was telling Linda about that. When we were talking about Nash. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. They were really troopers. And for us in the supermarket business, COVID was just another working day. I had to work every day. Our hours got cut a little shorter, but it was still a full day of work.
But the thing is that, and also you got to be competitive too, right? You got to be competitive because all these big markets, supermarkets. That's why La Placita is so special, because when you walk in there, it's different when you walk into La Placita. I don't know. Am I wrong on that, John? Or when you walk into La Placita, it's different. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I walk into Stop and Shop, nothing against Stop and Shop, I get anxiety. I don't know why. I want to go in and get out.
You're worried about old ladies chasing you around?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what
I
it is?
I am.
Right, John?
Yeah,
well,
that's
that was
They
Sam's
might be out
Club.
of gravy and
That
French
was-
bread.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
He's looking for that.
Here we go. You see what I mean, Sal? What I got to deal with every
But
day?
when it's a small store, it's like it's family run. It's it's
But
much
they're all-
cozier.
right,
It's
and
a
they're
different
nice.
vibe.
Yeah, right. When you go in there, everybody, you talk to them, and it's like family, Joe. Because when I walk in, I know everybody. I know all the people that work there, and I say hello. We conversate.
Yeah.
I always bust Sal's chops all the time.
Yeah.
But it's a good conversation, and you walk out of there not angry. It's a
Wait, you get angry?
no.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I don't get that. No, I walk out of there with a smile on my face because you get good service. But that kind of place, really doesn't exist anymore.
Not in a big box store, no.
Right. So, but when you walk in, and the best part about that place is that it really helps the Hispanic community. That's the biggest thing, because when you walk in and I'm Spanish, John's Spanish, you got a little Spanish.
Polish.
Right? Oh, you're Polish. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's Spanish enough.
Yeah, that's
Spanish,
Spanish enough. But when you walk in and there's people who have that language, they can't speak. Sal's there, his work is there, and they know what they need, and that's a big part of that. The Hispanic community loves that store. And
Well, just like the Italians have Rizzanos. Right?
was that right? But a supermarket like that don't exist anymore. I think Northshore Farms is a little bit, but not like La Placita. You walk into Northshore Farms, and Northshore Farms, they're good, but then it's not. You don't get that feel like when you walk in and I don't know how to explain it. When you walk in La Placita, first of all, Sal's standing there by the lotto machine. He's probably you're playing all the lotto machines. And then you got Nancy, who's been there forever, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of our staff has been there for a while, and they're great. And they, we all kind of, in a community like Glen Cove, we see a lot of the same people every day. Some of the older people that come in, we also try to help them out. It could be something as simple as, swiping a card. It could be bringing out a pack of water outside for them. Deliveries if needed. Whatever the customer really needs, whatever the community needs.
And it's good because you go in there, you have your own butcher,
Yeah.
you have your own deli in there. The fruit is, I mean, they got plantains, so
Gotta have
Yeah.
it.
gotta have plantains, right? My mother used to cut those things in half and put them on the grill and stuff. But so you're also involved with the nosh, correct?
Yes.
What do you do for the nosh?
So, Nosh gets a lot of donations from a lot of different places. So when they're unable to get, their donations, I believe, they contact me, and I give them like a wholesale price on whatever it is that they need. I think that Nosh is absolutely great for the community, and Linda, she just kind of started. I remember when she started, she was just starting like with a couple of people. She was helping out, maybe 10, 20 people, and it just blew up during COVID. It was, and what she does, the way she's continued to grow and to help the community, it's great. So I'm sorry, going back to how I got involved with Nosh. During COVID, there was a shortage of meat, and they were unable to get meat. So I was able to get meat for Linda and Nosh.
Wait, what was the shortage of meat during COVID?
Yeah, you know how during COVID there was a shortage of everything.
I know. Well,
There was the trucks.
you don't
they
think
weren't
you don't think
delivering
they did
items.
that for on purpose?
I don't think they did
All-
that on purpose.
Yeah, but Sal, all of a sudden now we got more toilet paper that
But-
last us for.
Well, maybe Scott had, maybe they paid off the media or whatever it is. But
It had to be.
what I'm saying is, for example, there were people that were responsible maybe for working in a wholesaler or warehouse that, packages food. Maybe they weren't going to work because of COVID.
Right.
There was truck
Some
drivers.
businesses completely stopped for
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. Those couple of weeks, then just domino effect moves everything along,
Yeah.
and then you're behind. You can't catch up.
Yeah.
Well, they closed it for what reason? You know what I mean? I understand COVID. You still have to produce. I mean, the meat was still in there when COVID hit, so you got to get that meat out, correct?
Whatever was there.
Whatever was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. But I think that there was issues with the employees. Let's say, for example, if there's a truck driver that's due to deliver to 10 stores, and he says, you know what, I'm not feeling good, or he gets swabbed and he has COVID, what happens to that? That gets backed up.
Yeah.
So,
And then those drivers that were in contact with him now get
Well, we had
it's
actually, Joe. We had the same problem when we had to go in 3 days a week to pick up garbage, and I felt very uncomfortable because when you go and pick up garbage, and there was a lot of garbage, I felt
everyone was home.
yeah, everybody was home, and I felt uncomfortable because I felt like we're out there, this whatever was in the air, or whatever you touch. I mean, we were wearing our gloves and stuff, wearing masks, but we had to get tested all the time. We had to get tested all the time, and I'm probably that happened to you too, Sal, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had to get tested
Sure.
all the time. I mean, you didn't work it. did
yeah,
you?
I was in the city for a
Oh,
while.
you were?
I had jobs still going, but I had instances where people wouldn't come in to take measurements for their jobs.
Really?
So me and the GC would have to measure it. So banks were all closed.
Yeah.
So
So after COVID, did it take a while to get the business rolling again, or?
Yeah, sure. The business continued to roll because now there were more people that knew about the store. Because, people's talk, word of mouth, you need a delivery today? Call La Placita, they'll deliver today. And we made a lot of, we created a new customer base like that.
Well, because you carry a lot of stuff in there that a lot of other people, other stores don't carry, But when you walk into a store, like I was saying before, and you have an atmosphere like that, you want to keep on going back, right? I mean, the whole DPW goes in there and gets breakfast and gets coffee, because, and it's good because when you go in there, you feel like you're welcomed, And I guess all these big box corporation, like they're just, I don't know. I'm used to the small stores. Like when I was growing up, we had the little deli up the street from my parents. You know, everybody knew each other. You know, they would, you know, it was different. You know, downtown, you had like Eisenstadts and Grant. It was different. But La Placita, so when you first walk into La Placita, it's absolutely freezing in there. and I always go to Nancy, and I always say to Nancy, it's mucho frío in here, and she starts laughing. But no, when you first walk in, you see all. It's amazing. You see everything displayed, everything, and then I think you got coffee, right? What's that big bucket you got over there? When you first walk in, there's like a big barrel. What's
like
it?
a barrel?
Yeah,
It's beans.
Oh, beans.
Yeah,
Look, see,
beans.
so
Those are Salvadorian beans.
You see that?
Frijoles de seda.
What do you use for that?
So
Rice
that's what
and
goes in the
beans?
pupusas. Yeah, it could be rice.
Look
and
at
beans.
you. See? Did you
Yeah.
know that, Joe?
What?
Did you know they got the beans over there?
I do now.
Fresh beans.
You thought it was a tip jar and you
No,
were reaching in.
I thought it
Yeah.
was coffee at first, to be honest
That
with
was
you.
coffee
Oh,
beans.
coffee beans?
I thought it was coffee beans.
Yeah, no, it's
And then, so when you walk in, it's nice. You walk around in the middle. They have the refrigeration center, which has the fruit in the middle too. You go in the back. They got all the meats. They have specials all the time. I tell you, we get our meats there because my wife makes us lunch every day, so we get the meats from there. The cheese is great. But the breakfast is great. You go in there, you get breakfast. They also have party heroes. I mean, you guys just I don't know. It's a specialty.
Do you guys play freestyle music by any chance there in the background?
we could.
I think you should, right, John?
I think you should when he walks in.
John.
Please,
I think
please. But you know what's pretty cool? When you walk in, if you look up, he has these trays. He still got the trays there. Remember those trays?
Yeah,
They have these beautiful trays that are hand painted,
yeah. Those are domino tables.
domino tables.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And they have a Yankee one, which I thought I was going to get for my birthday from Sal, but nothing yet. But then Sal did point out the Puerto Rican one. Remember the Puerto Rican one you pointed?
That one's really nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
but they're all hand painted, so it's tough because I know you're there. What, 7 days a week, 6 days?
I'm there 6 days now, but 7. You know, I'm on call. You know, whatever is needed. I usually get a call on the weekend. Anyway,
What's the biggest
but
problem you have?
The biggest problem?
Yeah, that in the store itself, like, you know, people coming in and questioning price, or, you know, you ever have people bringing stuff back and they get all PO'd and.
Yeah, I mean, there are times, but you know, I feel like there's a way to avoid from things escalating. So if I have a customer, right? Like they say, for example, if you come to the store and by
I don't give you a problem.
But let's say, for
Okay.
example, we have a relationship.
Right.
So I have a relationship with a lot of my customers that come to the store. And, you know, if you get something, you buy something and it wasn't like what you wanted, or you didn't like it, you know, you come and you're going to talk to me. You're going to say, hey, Sal, this is what happened. You're not going to come in there and barge in and get upset.
Right.
And I'm not going to, you know, also get upset about whatever issue it is that you're having. So I feel like you have to kind of build that. And we've been able to do that at La Placita, where we build a relationship with our customers, so that things like that, you know, don't really happen in that manner, you know?
No, that's special.
But, I mean, obviously you can't please everyone. And there are going to be there's going to be times where people get upset, and, you know, we just have to handle it accordingly.
And I'm telling you one thing, you guys were open during the snowstorms.
Absolutely.
That was amazing.
We do not close.
And I remember plowing, and I would go in there, and you guys would be open. We get coffee.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. We had 4 feet of snow, everybody's closed, and La Placita was
Ralph,
open.
we're the little guys. We're the little
I
guys.
understand.
We have to make our name.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I think you made your name.
So during COVID, you know, those are opportunities for us.
Right.
During Christmas time, when everyone's closed, you know, where do you go? Who's open? La Placita. La
That's
Placita's
right.
open. You know, you can always count on us.
yeah.
So that's
Christmas,
the idea.
Thanksgiving. I think I always come in there. You know what I do, Joe? I always bust his chops. I said, you know what? You need a union rep in here. We got to get paid.
So, yeah. See, if you play freestyle there all the time, he won't come. So,
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, a couple big shout outs,
Right,
John.
Yeah, go ahead.
We got my cousin Greg from California is listening.
Hi, Greg.
We got
California.
we got Jim. You know, doggy do Jim. We got
Oh, Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. He's listening. My new best friend Joe Fertalisi is listening.
Oh, hey, Joe, you're back, huh? I saw
Yeah, he went to Florida.
I saw he had a picture in the city.
Yeah, he went. He went to Hollywood. He
When you're near 1133, let me know.
actually
6th Ave.
actually we're going down to see him in August. We're
yeah.
gonna spend the day with Joe.
Nice.
You know, he got me into all these shows. You know, and you know,
Topless shows?
No,
Oh, what kind of shows?
no, like these series. Like like there was a series called Monarch.
Oh.
And then I talked to him the other day, and he says, "Oh, you got to watch this pit." So big shout out to him. Big shout out to Tarzan. Tarzan's on. He backed out. You know,
What do
he
you
was
mean?
going to come on the show, and he
And
backed
what
out.
happened?
Backed out.
Tarzan.
So I think
What, he
he
couldn't
did-
find his loincloth?
No, I think he's still. I
the
think
rope
he's,
doesn't
I
reach?
Think, I think he's still wearing. I think he's still wearing diapers.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah.
come
An-
on, John.
Angelo Stanko's on. What's up, Angelo?
Maripave.
Yeah, Angelo's on, and of course, our good buddy Mr. Chad McCabe.
Yeah, engineer of this station.
Yep. Pete's on.
Pete Pillar.
Where's
Pillow?
LB?
Oh.
Lisa Bury.
She's on.
Camatina. Okay,
She-
you
you
didn't
know-
say anything.
No,
Hi,
she-
Lisa.
she's
I'll
ma-
recognize.
No.
Hi, Lisa.
Actually, she's making a good dinner tonight.
Oh.
Yeah,
she
she's
cooking?
making it. Well, first she got roast beef, and she was gonna make. She makes roast beef. She cooks it, and then she makes garlic bread. She puts it on the garlic bread
Nice.
with some mozzarella cheese and then some Peter Luger sauce.
It's called
I
mozzarella.
was gonna, did they put gravy?
Wait, here we
gravy on
go.
that?
Sal. So the big egg, Sal. It started from day one.
And is it French bread?
It's
It-
mozzarella.
Here we go.
Mozzarella.
Mozzarella. Now it's mozzarella. Mozzarella. What do you
Mats.
want?
What, you Jewish? Mats?
Yeah, I'm half everything.
You have everything.
So
Mozzarella.
Sal, like I said, when I was growing up, right? I was talking to you about my father. When I was growing up, he was a tough Sicilian and my mother's a tough Spanish woman. So every Sunday we would get up, go to church, St. Rocco's in the morning. Then Jambruno's, we go in there and get bread. When we got home, he would say, "Don't go far because we're having dinner at 2:00." Now this is on a Sunday. You have dinner at 2:00.
Wow.
And we would say, "Well, what are we having for dinner?" He said, "Macaroni and gravy." So these guys made fun of me because they're saying it's called sauce, but you know he called it gravy, macaroni and gravy. So I
Like tomato sauce?
yeah.
No, that's AI right there. Don't
No, this is not AI.
printed
So
that in his
wait,
basement.
excuse me,
That's JI.
Sal. So we went to ShopRite one day. We were in Plainville.
Wait,
We
you didn't go
stopped-
to La Placita? You went to shop, right?
No, we were,
Trader.
Right, Sal? I mean,
no,
I'm just
we were
saying.
in Plainview.
Oh, okay. They don't have a La Placita there?
No,
Why were you in Plainview? And not in clothes shopping at La Placita?
no,
I
we-
used to get that. I used
we
to get
went
that for
to
the-
we went to I think BJ's or Sam's Club or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, we went to Sam's Club,
Okay.
and on our
Where
way.
the old ladies chase you.
Yeah, you heard about that, Sal?
I heard a little bit about that.
Finish that story.
So
and then
anyway,
we'll go to the old lady.
so Lisa goes, "Oh, look at that! It says Italian gravy.
Lisa.
It says Italian gravy. It says Italy in the Bronx, Italian gravy." So we ate it, and Lisa's like, "All right, let's save the jar and then show these two bananas over here that it says
We're
Italian."
plantains now.
Yeah.
So-
Plátanos.
Well, it is platanos.
So
You
this
call
was like a red gravy?
It's yes,
Yeah?
It's a red gravy, and what does it say, Sal?
That's
It's Italian gravy.
There
from
you go.
Montano,
but
from the Bronx.
what you call it, gravy or you call it sauce?
I know it as sauce.
Thank
but
you.
Hey, listen.
And he's not even-
Wait, hold on. He's not done.
Go
The
ahead.
proof is in the pudding.
There you go, that's all I
That
gotta
says Italian
say.
gravy.
That's JI.
What the hell is J.I.?
That's not even AI. That's
R-
JI. RI.
Yeah.
Sal,
Imagination.
when we talk at the store, am I always wrong?
Yeah.
But I'm never wrong, correct?
No, never
Customer's
that.
always right.
Never
You're
that.
always wrong.
Exactly.
But that so they always bust
Right,
my they always bust my chops.
Some people call it gravy.
And
yeah.
just so you guys know, Ralph might not notice, but I do have to stop ladies from chasing him at our store as well.
There you
Oh,
go.
God.
Oh, you hear that, Lisa?
Old ladies.
Yeah, now he's saying old ladies and he's winking.
The BA Heat does.
Yeah, they because they know who's a store. You know?
Yeah.
But no, Sal has really he's got really good help there. And Nancy, you got to give Nancy. And Nancy put her daughter and the son through college right now, right?
Yeah, I think the son is going to.
He's going to college, right?
Yeah.
And but Nancy's been there since day one.
Yes, Nancy was.
What year did you open?
We opened in 2012.
Wow.
We opened November of 2012. I'm sorry, October of 2012. About a week or two before Sandy.
Oh, wow.
So Sandy hit. The store was closed for like about a week.
Oh my God! And you were open for how long before Sandy?
Before Sandy, 2 weeks.
Couple
About
weeks,
2
yeah.
weeks. We had
It
just
was around
opened up.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So you lost a lot of food, correct?
Yeah, we did because we had just kind of like filled up the store, like to do like a nice like soft opening, but we were able to transfer some of the perishables to other stores. But yeah, that was a little bit of a rough start, and honestly, you know, starting off there was a little tough because a lot of people didn't know the store, so it took about 1.5 years for us to get a little bit of the customers coming every day.
When did they start noticing you guys?
I would say like 1.5 years in, maybe. It got a little better.
What
And
was it? Word of mouth or advertisement?
pretty much word of mouth. Pretty much word of mouth. It's really about, you know, and I used to walk sometimes with the customers, and I used to talk to them. I used to ask them, where do you guys shop? You know, how do you guys get there? You know, we'll do the deliveries. We can come get you. It was that hustler mentality, Ralph.
Yeah, you got to hustle. You got to hustle to make money.
And we're trying to, you know,
Well,
make
it's an experience. That's the key, you know.
we're trying to just accommodate the customers as best we can, so they can continue to come back and be happy. And then that's how we kind of grew little by little.
Well, do you know when I was growing up, in, I'm not going to say the years, but you know, Grand Union was there.
I did hear about a supermarket being.
It was Grand Union.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, my mother would go there and get coffee, fresh ground coffee. So Grand Union was there.
Wow.
That was the only place there, Joe. It was Grand Union.
Yeah, it was
and that
a whole
it.
strip.
It was a whole
The whole
strip.
strip
in
was
the
a
60s.
supermarket.
Yeah.
You're almost catching up to me. So, and by the way,
Yes.
how was your ankle?
Oh, it still hurts. I have the brace on.
What,
I
did you
finally
go?
got the X-ray. Yeah, I got
What'd
the
they
X-ray.
say?
I'm waiting for Dr. Gambino to get back to me.
Yeah. Did they take an X-ray of your head? They probably
It's empty, so
Yeah,
there's no reason to.
There's little birds flying around
Yes.
there.
Ralph, maybe you could tell me. I heard that where La Placita is, it was a club at one time. also.
Yes, it was.
downstairs,
Yes,
upstairs
there
type
was
of-
Yes, you remember that club, Joe?
No, did you teach salsa in the basement?
No, I
Was that
didn't.
what it was?
So
thought it
it was it
Or
was
Roomba? What did you teach him?
no.
No?
It was there was a club that was downstairs.
Okay.
You know who told me that? Mario from the pizzeria.
Yeah, there,
Oh,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
Delicious
yeah.
Pizza?
There,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
There
was
was two. There was a couple of clubs. There was one next to the train station, Glen Street.
Uh-huh.
I think you went there all the time. Cherries.
Yes, all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And damn, what the hell's the name of that club?
What,
It
Club
wa- it-
125?
No, it was at La
107
Placita.
107 North?
That was it. 107 North.
107 North.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, yeah.
107 North. That's what it was called.
Make fun of me.
Well,
I was there.
I think you were right. You went downstairs.
You know, I used to go with John's neighbor, Chad.
No,
Chad lived next door.
really? But yeah, there was a club down there. Did you find a lot of stuff down there?
No.
What'd you find
No,
down
we
there,
didn't.
Sal?
Disco ball.
Yeah.
Nah, it was just one day I was talking to Mario from Delicious Pizza, and he was telling me about that.
Yeah,
Like he was a
but
kid, he was working at the pizzeria. He would come out. He would
well,
hang out.
you had Sal's Pizzeria there.
Yeah, Sal's Pizza was there.
That was there. There was a haircutting place at the end.
Yes.
First it was a video store.
Okay.
Remember when?
Yeah,
and then
for
when
CDs.
Blockbuster
Yep.
came out, he went out of business. Then it was a haircut place. I remember
Wasn't
that.
it? And there was a sushi place there.
There was
too,
a sushi
right?
place there too, but there was a haircutting place, and I remember that because my mother went there, and then she retired and they closed up. Then there was a Big Boss Furniture, I think it was called.
Well, before that, there was an Italian restaurant, Rosticini.
Yes.
Was there?
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was Rosticini. I think they came. So when we got there, Rosticini was there, and they were, I believe, they were after the sushi place.
Oh, Mike Cipriano said Wimbledon's, but Wimbledon was
No,
by
Wimbledon's
Rosanno's.
was by Rosanno's.
Yeah, Wimbledon's was by Rosanno's. 107. And then he said,
Who's this guy? That's crazy.
they're all look. They're
Is that
they're
Tarzan?
Unbelievable.
they're all like. You see that?
I saw Mike Sip in church.
Oh,
Where
you
are
did?
you? How come you didn't walk over?
How come, Mike? How come you didn't walk over and say, look? He says, then there was a gay bar, Cahoots.
How
Is
would
that
he
the
know?
one you were? Yeah. How do you know, Mike? But then, when did they decided to put La Placita there? What was there? Was the restaurant there?
So Rosticini was there. Then it became a Peruvian restaurant. Peruvian restaurant was there for about 2 years. So at that point, we were already starting to get a good movement of.
where
traffic.
were you at? Where were you at before they came to Glen Cove? You were at a La Placita somewhere else?
So no, I used to work part time at a Seat Town in New Rochelle,
Oh,
great
okay.
store. That's where I kind of learned the trade. But I was actually a mental health worker in the Bronx.
You
for
got a
St.
good
Barnabas
guy
Hospital.
over here to practice on.
He's looking at you, John. That's messed up.
That's all right. I need all the practice. I need all the help.
So
Yeah.
but Seatown doesn't
Seatown.
exist anymore, does it?
Sure, there's
Oh, it
some
does?
Seat Town. So
Is this the
Seat
one on
Town-
Myrtle Avenue? I knew the one on
and-
Myrtle
I think
Avenue.
there's one in Westbury too. I think
Yeah.
on Post.
I don't know if it's.
No, that's called Bravo. It's actually called Bravo.
Yeah.
Also,
there's
Bravo took that one over
Well,
because
Bravo,
that used to be Seatown.
Yeah.
Bravo is a franchise.
But you have Bravo, and then it says La Placita.
Yeah. So what happened was that our let's say, so for example, Seat Town, Bravo, the Met Foods, even North Shore Farms, we all work under Crasdale.
Right.
Okay.
Crasdale, they create the programs for us so we could run as a supermarket. When we were La Placita, we were under a small market fresh program. When we expanded, we became Bravo. We were ready for like the better programs.
So they own the rights to La Placita, or
Not the rights, but it's like a franchise.
It is a
it's
franchise.
independently owned franchise.
right? But then you get their products, correct?
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
get yeah. They supply us, and they also work out the deals. For example, they'll work out the deals with Coca-Cola. They'll work out the deals with Frito-Lay, and then they do our banners, they do our circulars.
Oh, is that right?
Advertising and all
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Now you think about it, when you go on your website, all those stores pop up.
Exactly.
Yeah, all those stores pop up. So then you opened up 2013, you said?
12.
12. Yep.
And then you had
October of
Sandy,
2012.
and then you recovered from Sandy. Then you had COVID, and then, my God,
Yeah.
man. But that store is, and it's funny, when you drive past there, you really have to look in there to see the store.
Yeah.
Like, there's no advertisement. When
You should stand out there and wave a flag or something.
if they pay me, I'd do it.
Funny enough, I had a couple come in today. They came to get their nails done next door, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't know this was that big." Because it doesn't look big from the outside.
Yeah,
It looks
right.
like a small.
That's
it
what
looks
Lisa
small,
says
but-
about Ralph.
Yeah.
Joe, you want to get home all right? Or what? You know?
But that just goes to show that there's
Right.
still people that are learning about
Yeah,
the
of
store.
course.
But also the store's going to expand, correct?
Yes, we're planning on expanding, and I think we're going to start working this week, hopefully.
And what's going to be in there?
We're just going to expand. I'm going to try to bring in some Polish product.
Nice.
I want to do a little Indian section as well, and just whatever the community needs. I've been talking to Peter that used to have the deli up by Forest.
Oh, yeah, on Forest Avenue.
And he's gonna kind of help me out
Oh,
with
good.
that. Yeah,
Didn't
he's a
he
good
didn't
guy.
he move up somewhere else, or he closed? Or
He closed.
He did
close. Yeah.
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 But freestyle music would be good if you could.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, that's on my list.
Actually,
tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm
Because
gonna
when people go in there, they're going to think of 107 North. We're going to have flash.
Cahoots. They'll think about Cahoots. About Joe Gallo.
Cherries.
You think
Cherries.
my beer prices, my beer sales will go up.
Oh hell yeah. Double.
Freestyle?
Actually,
Hell yeah.
no, I don't think so. Actually, sometimes when I walk in there, I feel like I'm at my mother's house because they're playing the Spanish music.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a little bit.
And
of
it's really
Spanish.
good. It's nice. It's
Little
nice.
salsa,
It's
little
such a
bachata.
nice. It's such a nice store. But like I said, you don't know it exists until you turn your head
Right.
and see it in there. Because I don't know why they don't advertise, like put a sign in the first entrance when you're coming
Wait, is there a marquee there?
on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
on
And you
the
really
other side of
you don't
Wendy's.
you don't see it until you go past it.
Gotcha.
But there's the first entrance before. It's right after the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
They should put a sign right there, because you have to look in there and you see it.
I would
But
stand out there with one of those
I
cardboard
would.
signs with an arrow and just spin it around.
I'll do it.
You
Or give him a
should.
chicken suit.
Yeah.
Why am I a chicken suit?
Yeah, just give him a chicken suit so he could jump and down.
No,
up
you
and
know what I
down
should
and-
do? I should have a sign that says we sell fresh Italian gravy.
There you go.
And and point the finger,
Yeah.
and then put a picture of
People
Sal
will be
on
giving
there.
you the finger. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think our other guest is here. He's ringing the doorbell.
You good?
Yeah, so big shout out to everybody listening on Facebook Live, TikTok. If you have any questions, just write in the comments. I'll try to answer it. Big shout out to everybody listening from Brazil, Germany, France, Italy, Colombia, New York, Jersey. Let's go Knicks. New York. We're gonna be in the Puerto Rican parade this year. We have our own float. Big shout out to everybody listening all over on Facebook Live and TikTok. If you have any questions for us, please call in. You can call in at 516-709-0240, and you could call in any. We got the phone lines open.
The parade is this weekend?
Yeah, the parade is
Sunday?
this weekend.
What
Sunday.
time?
It starts at 12.
Okay.
And it's over to 5 o'clock.
Nice. Should be nice. The weather's supposed to cool down a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's supposed
right?
to be really, really good.
We
Really.
got another guest here.
Yes, we got our other guest just showed up.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, we're gonna get him situated in, and then we're gonna be talking to him also. And like I said, big shout out to everybody listening all over, and I thank you for the support of the channel. Please share the show. Please share everything. We got a caller in.
Go to La Placita.
Hello, welcome to Jane Rouse House. Who's this?
Mike said.
What's up, Mike?
All right, what's going on? Who's this, Johnny?
This is Johnny and Ralph and Joe Gallo and
Joe
we got
Gallo.
Sal.
I did see Joe Gallo in church last week. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'll see him. Maybe I'll see him this week. You guys have that parade this week. What, Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's the Puerto Rican parade in Fifth Avenue. We're gonna be in
That's
there.
going to be great.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
going to be great, Johnny.
You know why that's going to be great? Because my face is planted right on that float.
Wow. You guys got to take pictures, bro. I can't make it, but I want to see some pictures.
You know what?
I wanna see
They
that.
always put it on
I wanna see
YouTube.
that banner.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike,
yeah? Oh, good.
it'll be on
I'll see
YouTube.
it. I'll watch it.
It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay, great.
I'm gonna be
That's gonna
filming
be
it
good,
too.
man.
So I'm gonna be filming it too. So
Boy,
Yeah.
there are going to be plenty of nice Latinas there, boy.
oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. It's
Lisa,
gonna be
you
crazy.
listening, Lisa?
What are you talking about? I'm going to be
Me
home.
gusta.
I don't know.
Me gusta.
Joe, how come you didn't?
You should
Joe,
have girls with
wait
red
a
lipstick
minute.
kiss
Wait a
the
minute.
sign.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you
of
something.
Ralph.
I should,
Wait,
right?
wait, let me ask you something. How come Joe hasn't brought his wife to Italy yet? Na 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 na
Yeah.
na na. Another
She'll make him an offer
family
you can't
in
refuse.
Italy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. He's got one in St. Martin.
St. Martin, Ralph.
Oh, I'm sorry.
One
You
in
got,
St. Martin, too.
oh, St.
Really?
Martin.
He's got them all over the globe. He's famous, that fucking Joey. God bless him.
We got another guest.
Listen, back in the
Oh, go ahead.
oh, you got somebody.
Yeah,
No,
go ahead, Joe.
Back
Go
in
ahead.
the 50s, I don't know if you guys don't remember it, but I know your dads and your uncles used to frequent this place. It was called Golden Slipper. You guys heard of that?
Yeah, that's where Cherries was, right?
Well,
Or what
it
Lexus
was exactly after the. Yeah, it's right after that, Joe.
Yeah.
Right in that parking lot where Churchill is now.
Yeah.
I only remember
The Golden
Thropples.
Slipper. That was like the.
Yeah, that was the place to go.
Well, that was at the train station.
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
wasn't there a strip
But
bar?
the Golden Slipper had
There was a strip bar in Port
entertainment,
Washington.
and that was where all of our parents used to hang out. Our fathers used to hang out.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God, Joe, you going to church? You going to church tomorrow, Joe, or Sunday?
I'll be there on Sunday. I'll see you
I
Sunday.
think I'm going to try to go tomorrow. If the girls are not working, we'll go
okay.
tomorrow, or else we have to go Sunday.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Who's the guest tonight?
Well, we're going to announce them when you're off
Oh,
the
listen,
air.
who's the guest?
We got
Okay,
Sal from La
bye-bye.
Placita.
Talk to you guys later.
Go to
All right.
La
All right.
Placita
La
I'll talk to
Placita.
you guys
La
later.
Placita.
and request freestyle music.
No, don't.
Yeah, okay.
No,
All right, boys.
no.
Later.
Later.
All right. Let's get to another guest that just arrived.
Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So it's Roberto, last name.
Hernandez.
There you go, Roberto Hernandez. Sounds like a baseball player.
Well, was a baseball player back in the days.
Yeah, see? So we heard a lot about you too. You're in the Chamber of Commerce, correct?
Yes, I am the marketing officer for the North Shore Hispanic Chamber of Commerce here in Long Island.
And you're going to become pretty soon what?
That is to be displayed. We're still going through some
Okay, so we won't say nothing.
structuring. So
We won't say nothing. But so listen, we're all Spanish here except for Joe.
Huh.
See that, Joe?
and right now he's
You said
Hispanic
Joe is
by
Spanish.
contamination.
Yeah, contamination. So it's the North Shore Chamber of Commerce?
The North Shore Hispanic. Chamber of
Hispanic.
Commerce.
Okay. So what exactly is that? What's the obligation on that?
So we are a business-focused chamber in which we are trying to build a bridge between the traditional business owners, and try to bring the English and the Spanish, barrier, the language barrier together so that we can help each other out, grow together, culturally exchange our customers, our services, so that we can grow not only as a community but as business owners.
And that's very important, right? We were talking about that too, Sal, right? The Hispanic business owners.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a big. Actually, Glen Cove has become, a big Hispanic population. My mother, for 30 years, she taught whoever came in her door at St. Pat's for 30 years. I think it was for the citizenship, and over 900 passed because of my mother. And she's 94 right now. You know, those tough Spanish women, you forget about it. She still yells at me when I go to her house, but she not to, give her like all the, benefits, but she really started that whole thing with the community, with the Hispanic community with Glen Cove, because she started 30 years ago. And, she didn't charge him anything. She did it for free. And to this day, they still go see her, believe it or not.
I believe that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
They still goes, and she's 94 years old.
She's a pioneer. There's a lot of pioneers.
Yeah.
And Puerto Ricans opened the door for a lot of other Spanish communities.
So how important is the Hispanic community to the North Shore Council? It's really important.
It is. And one of the few things that I want to bring up to local officials is that we need to come up with a better system in which we can get our kids in high school to, one way or another, just graduate, whether it is to a night program in which it can allow them to work, because a lot of them drop off because they have to go to work and help their family, and our numbers, as a Glen Cove and district, it drops because they're not graduating. We count them in, but we're not graduating them out. And it's because when they become juniors, they're old enough to start making some money, help the family, and now they're not coming back to work because they fall in love with the money. So we need to find a way how to just give them the opportunity to work and still complete the high school and graduate, whether it is through a BOCES or GED completion, but we need to bring our numbers up by creating better options to complete school.
Well, John works at the high school, and my wife works at the high school. My wife works at the cafeteria, and she learned how to speak Spanish. Believe it or not, she learned how to speak Spanish. But right now, I think the high school is what, John? About 80% Hispanic right now.
Yeah, there's a way bigger.
80%.
I think it's a
No, I mean it's a mixture, but it's a good mix. It's like right now there's a lot more Hispanics than black and
white. Yeah,
and white.
yeah. And what my wife tells me is that a lot of them, when they first get there, they don't know how to speak English.
For the most part,
Yeah. So, in order to, I guess, communicate, who do they have up there, John? They have anybody that communicates when they first come in from the school?
Yeah, they got a lot right now. They got a lot of mostly all the guidance counselors. They speak Spanish.
Yeah,
So,
that's big.
yeah.
That's a big help. But they're dropping out of school.
Well, it's because they start working when they're juniors, and the majority of them they're coming from third world, countries, as we want to recognize those countries, and they don't know the system here. They don't really understand that it's all about working hard, making money, and pay your bills, and that's it. Don't be in trouble. Compared to get an education, build a future, plan for the kids and the future generations, they don't have that mentality. They don't have any knowledge about investing into your education and then insurance so that you can, the house that you're working for, the house, the car that you're working for is protected and your kids are protected. They don't have that kind of education. So when they come over here and they're not exposed to that, it's like they're growing up blind. So when they go in, they start working in retails, and once they get there, how can they make more money? By just moving up to management, working more hours, maybe getting another job, finding somebody else that can make the same similar income so they can now go and rent an apartment. Maybe in the future they think about buying a house if they can understand what equity they can get out of that and invest it in something else as they grow older. These are things that they don't know. They're not educated enough. They're not exposed to. And that's the awareness that I'm trying to bring to all the immigrants that are coming in by giving them and obviously advertising that these programs are available for them to go in and get them.
Does the high school know about the programs? Do you deal with all the schools around here?
I don't deal with all the schools, but I have to say, Glen Cove High School right now, I'm going to be 6 years old, Glen Cove resident, coming from Manhattan. And ever since I was born, I lived in a city. And I can call Glen Cove my home.
Roberto and I come from the same neighborhood, actually.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We learned that here in Glen Cove, though.
Yep.
Yeah, my mother's
We
from
were probably
the
like
Bronx.
a couple of blocks away from each other growing up.
Oh,
but,
is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know my mother's from the Bronx. John's from Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and Joe's from Locust Valley. But do they get? I mean, do you worry that they might go the wrong way and get involved with like gangs or get involved with anything with crime? Because a lot of times when people fall out of school, they look for a direction, and sometimes they wind up in the wrong hands.
Look, unfortunately, you can't save everybody.
Right.
As much as you want, as much help as you want, is people also need to want it. I can't help you unless you put yourself into the mindset that that's what you want. We need to find out what motivates you, and maybe that would be the goal, and then we'll trace a path for you to get there. But yeah, we try to minimize that percentage in losing these kids to gangs and drugs and any other easy money-making method that is not guaranteeing them a long-lasting life.
Yeah, I think that Roberto, he's trying to talk about the mindset really, and that comes with exposure as well, because when everyone in your family has an entry-level job, that's as far as you go. You understand? So, but when you have people around you, and you're exposed to a different type of people, maybe, even how Roberto's in the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, that opens up to different type of jobs, and different type of mentality. It opens you up as opposed to just being like an entry level worker, and I think that's the difference.
So, Sal, do you think because what they see around them, that's what they think they're going to wind up doing?
Well, it's not that that's what they think. Is that's what happens usually. If you look around, the generations change as time passes, and then for example, a family gets here, and let's say a family of 10 gets here, everyone is working. Maybe the next generation, one person goes to college. Maybe the next generation, 4 people go to college. And that's how the evolvement goes. But there can be, I think that what Roberto's saying is that we can get a head start, right? If we educate the people that are here, and if they are in high school, and they're maybe exposed to certain things, then their mindset might be a little bit different as opposed to just going to work and
Well, there's a lot of things that they could look at sports. They could be creative. It's just America is opportunity. So when you come here, you want that same opportunity, that everybody else is getting. Why just sit back? Just go out there and grab it. And listen, I met a lot of these kids through my wife and these kids they're very respectable. They're very good kids. In fact, we go to a lot of the soccer games, and a lot of these kids. I know one of them went to Argentina. Correct, John? Yeah, he went to Argentina. So anything's possible, right? Anything is possible.
Yeah.
So, you could get a job at La Placita with Sal.
There you go.
You know what I mean? But I think money is the root of all evil. Correct?
It is, but it can also be the motivation for the majority of people. It has to be placed and labeled the right way. So, like you said, somebody can come into La Placita and get a job. And when I first got to La Placita, it was because one of my neighbors said, "Oh, if you want to get this, and if you want to get that, and you want to get it at a good price, fast, and very good, you go here." You know what? I tried it for the first time. Been going there for all I care. My father-in-law goes there like he goes to church every Sunday. So
does Sal give you a discount?
Business is business. Business is business. And
I know.
He needs to make money. So
No, he's good. Sal's good. Sal's good.
But he is very given. He is always willing to lend a hand. He is always there when
good.
you need him. So he is definitely a role model for any immigrant, even for anybody who is interested in the future having a business. He is somebody you can really sit down and definitely pick his brain out. So it's all about how you picture the money. It's the goal, the rule of all evil, like you said. But it's how you put it in front of people.
Well, Roberto, how do you convince, say, a 16-year-old that's a junior that's making $500 a week, and that's a lot of money for him at the time. Mm-hmm. How do you convince him to stay in school and get an education? But he says, well, look, Roberto, look at all the money I make. How do you convince somebody?
Well, what does he do with that money? Where is he?
We don't know.
No, those are questions that we ask, because, $500 is a lot. But what is that $500 doing for you as you get older, as you don't have that energy? What happens when you get injured? Where are you putting that money that you're going to be secure in the future? What kind of benefits are you going to have? Are you contributing to your retirement? So these are the educations that people need to be exposed so that they can understand. They need to plan ahead because they're not going to be young forever.
Right. So here's so my cousin from California just said, if I didn't have great men who gave me advice and guidance, I wouldn't be successful. I was 18 and out on my own, but I had it to want it. So yes, some will take the advice and some others won't. Mm-hmm. It takes each and every one of us to shape the future. That's great Great see that?
Absolutely, yes.
You see that?
Well
That's my blood. See, that's where I get my smarts from. What? Go ahead, say it, Joe.
Nothing. No.
Okay. But the kids are our future.
Right. But I think like you hit the nail on the head saying that the guidance counselors are the key if they're able to speak the language. But it is also hard. Like they're coming here at a different mindset. They're used to what they had at home, which was really nothing. So coming here and making that $500 is big. You know.
So is an education.
You know,
So is education.
absolutely. But also trade school. There's, like you said, BOCES. There's other things that they can get into finishing, school.
Right.
Really.
Right.
And right now, and I'm sorry to
No, go
interject.
ahead. Go.
The future right now, the future business is coming into the trade schools, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get into tech, then yes, learn how to use AI because that is a tool that is replacing a lot of people that are refusing to use it. So AI is not here to replace people. No. People that knows how to use AI are here to replace those people that refuses to learn it.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's all it is.
Right.
I mean, Facebook just invested $115 million in free education on trade schools, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, everything in that infrastructure. Why? Because they're building data centers.
Right.
So they're going to get certified standards,
To build and maintain these buildings.
for free.
Right.
You're going to go to class, you're going to graduate, and you're going to have a guaranteed job that is going to be paying your future.
And I believe in Hicksville they're going to open up a big trade school.
Oh, they are?
Soon. Yeah.
So right now they're out in 4 states. I don't remember them by heart because again I read a lot and information can get mixed up. But they are out in 4 states right now. That's where they're starting, and they are also going down to the Dominican Republic to use it as a channel. Google already invested $500 million to make it another channel. So they are moving around the world. Key points out of the earth that they can communicate and connect the world better because unfortunately technology, it's here and it's not going to go away. It's just going to get better, faster. And
You got to get them to come here in Glen Cove then, right?
Yeah. How did you get involved with this? How did you?
So I am part of the Meta Leaders Network USA. So we are a group of over 2,000 business owners throughout the states that are testing the softwares and tools that Meta is trying to put out. So before something comes out from Meta, we have groups like ours all over the world that are testing these softwares before they come out. And then they test it out and launch it in Europe. And if it's successful over there, then they bring it over to the States.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the future, correct?
That is the future. And again, a lot of the tools that they get, we get to use it for free. They're collecting data from us. That is the trade-off. We use it, we give them data, and that's how they make their adjustments. And they pretty much fix every little error that they get. And we are able to sit down. It's a lot of NDAs that you got to sign for these things, but it is worth it. It is worth it because it opens your eyes as far as how fast the world is moving, how ahead of the game these people are compared to what we know, what's out in the public. But unfortunately, for the people that can really, who cannot get into the AI world and just pretty much observe and admire, I guess, or hate it, just because they don't understand it. But for those who actually understand it and are curious about it, is the trade that you should go into. Learn how to use AI, or go into a trade that is going to maintain those facilities that are using and building AI.
But do you think AI is also a scary thing to, like would AI take over the world? Because let me give you an example.
You're worried about the Terminator, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna give you an example. The other day I had to make a phone call, and it was AI, and it sounded like a regular person, and I was saying what the problem was. I forgot what it was. I was saying what the problem was, and they came back and they were talking to me like they were a human on the line. And I discovered it was AI. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Why? Because it didn't listen to the Jay and Ralph show?
Yeah, no, I was going to send them a sticker. I'm gonna send them a
There you
sticker. But you don't think AI is a little bit scary? Do you think that's going to put a lot of people out of work, or because a lot of people like to work with their hands, or you have operators that work telemarketing.
Well, that they can use it in a bad way.
Correct. So do you think AI is the future? Which
It is.
it is, but do you think it's a little bit it's scary?
If you notice through times, when the way you learned that the first wheel was invented, nobody was scared that technology innovation is going to improve it, and now the caveman is going to become history. Everything evolves. We're not going to stop now. So AI is not going to take over because we are the one computing AI. The person that you thought you were talking to and then found out that it's AI, that is a AI assistant.
Correct.
And all of the information that you got, it was based on a service or company that provide the service for the solution of the problem that you were looking for. So somebody have to go in and train that AI. This is what you say. This is the information that you look through. This is where you get your answers from. Don't make it up. This is it. If you don't know it, you say you don't know it, and that you're going to get their phone number and name and email, and somebody will call them back.
See, Greg just said AI will save the world. He goes, I've been working with it back in the 80s. So AI was back in the 80s, I guess.
See, people see AI as a new thing. Your microwave is AI. Your GPS is AI. Your oven is AI. Your TV is AI. So it's artificial intelligence. It's telling you what to do or how to get to a point. It's here to solve problems, make things easier, make you save time. So Gemini, ChatGPT, those are just tools so that you don't have to go out to multiple websites on Google to look for the information that you're looking for. The AI do that for you. They go through the hundreds of websites they got to go through so that they can get you the answer that you want. And they can give it to you on the format that you want it as well.
See what he just said, Joe? He said,
What?
He said AI, tells us what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it. So
Right.
that means our wives are AI.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is that right, Sal?
Yeah, but I think also reading and writing, physically writing something down, creates your brain to work better.
Right.
I think AI is going to put people backwards, just like this device.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think
it depends on who's behind the wheel or who's behind the AI that you're getting this information. So you could get some crazy people like John, Master J over there. And
yeah, but the schools did the right thing. The schools now, when you go to school, the kids have to put the phones away.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think they're learning a little bit more, or maybe way more than what they know, because these phones are very dangerous, and they cause a lot of havoc, but they also help. So you know what, people should know how to use the phone in a good way, not in a bad way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but that's another thing. You want kids to learn hands-on too, correct?
They would have to, because there's only going to be two trade-offs. You're either in the tech side or you're in the maintenance side, and that's
Right.
where the trade schools are coming into creating a lot more jobs. Because again, a lot more buildings are going to be, need to be maintained because there's a lot of data centers that needs to be built. So there's a lot of water pressure that needs to be done, power generators that need to be maintained.
heating and air, that's tons.
So-
Well,
Cables, running
your
cables.
job can't be done by AI.
No.
It has to be all hands-on.
I mean, some of it can be reading plans and design and stuff like that can be, because they can just take a picture of this room. They'll show you what it's going to look like, and
But then it takes the
we use it
physical
now.
work.
Of
Then it
course,
takes
you're
the
gonna
physical
still need
work.
Physical people to
Just
do.
like when you go to La Placita,
Right.
you have to physically stock the shelves.
Right.
or cut the
Well,
meat.
They might get robots one day to do that.
Oh, don't even start that.
The majority of Amazon's warehouses are robots.
Are they really?
The majority of them.
Yes.
But
They have very
every time they
minimal-
show that commercial, you see people pushing the wagons and putting all the stuff in there. Are you serious?
They have to
Mix.
they have to put in that physical, that human touch
Mm-hmm.
into it. They need to connect with you somehow. In a robot, you're not gonna feel that connection with a robot on an ad.
I mean, at Sam's Club, that robot follows you all around.
I know, yeah. No, you go to BJ's.
Two robots, two old lady robots.
No, but you ever go to BJ's and that thing is walking around going, I don't know what the hell it does.
It whistles.
It whistles, it chirps. So
It likes your long hair. That's why.
who doesn't like my long hair?
Your
Sal-
mother.
Yeah, my mother don't like my long hair.
there you go.
That's one thing about Spanish women. My mother, I'm telling you, I'm still afraid of her to this day. I don't care. She's 94 years old. I walk in there, hey, Mom, how you doing? Cut the hair. Cut the hair. You look terrible. Cut the
You're
hair.
gonna get a shoe to the head one of these days. So.
Yeah, but you know what? She is. My mother's amazing. My mother's amazing. I can't say anything. She's just. I drive her nuts, but she's strong woman. All women are strong, right, Joe?
Yeah, especially after having you.
Dealing with him.
How come when he comes here, he just busts my chops all the time? I don't get it.
I
So-
broke John's chops too a little
Oh, you
bit.
did?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. But anyway, so you work with all the kids. So you're right now with the North Shore, the Hispanic, you actually do it for all people, correct? Or just you work with the Hispanic community?
No, it's open to everybody.
Everybody, okay.
We are definitely trying to close the gap. We want to be the bridge between the two, cultures, to work together, build the community together, definitely build something stronger than what we have. Because the way even the chambers are working with each other, instead of looking at each other as competition, they're realizing, like, no, we need to work together. We need to expose our members to your
Learn from
people,
each other, yeah.
because now that's more business that they can get from each other. And now we can go to your community and spend some money. You can come to our community and spend some money based on the services that you need.
How do you work with single parents? Because that's tough, especially when they go to school. Single parents work until 5-6 o'clock at night, and school's over at 2 o'clock, 2:30, and I see that sometimes because I work for the city of Glen Cove and I drive around and I see a lot of these kids walking home, and a lot of the parents are still working. So do you ever think about doing like after school programs? Because I know John said that they cut a lot of that stuff out.
Yeah, a lot of the programs, after school programs, are cut out.
Yeah. So do you work with that also, or you?
Well, those are some of the ideas that I try to brainstorm, because again, we have minorities that are working minimum jobs and they need every help that they can get, whether by keeping the kid occupied somewhere so that they don't have to worry about and have CSAs, going behind them and putting their kids in jeopardy. But they also need to work so they can pay the bills for the house and maintain and put food on the table. So again, I don't work directly with the schools, but these are plans that I'm bringing as a group, as a community, to the board members of the school, so that they can see how can we create funding, where can we get funding from. Now we just recently voted to get another, increase our taxes in the community so that we can improve the school. And that's us, the current, young people that might have kids in the school or might not. I have a son that goes to the school and I have a daughter that goes to private school. But, eventually I would like my daughter to go to the school in Glen Cove so that she can actually finish growing up with, local friends and improve the district as a whole and bring the education with multiple programs, after school program, maybe just a different gateway of doing things in which the community help with it. There's a lot of other organizations that are helping families in needs with funding, maybe finding a place to sleep for a couple of months. We just got to get funding for these people, and that's where the majority of the problems are. It's not having enough funding for the plans that we have. And then a lot of people want help, but they don't want to contribute also, even with just, donating their time to be volunteers for certain things that would get money for funding.
What about the Boys and Girls Club? You ever reach out to them to see? Because a lot of kids do go there, and that might be a place where you can talk to them and say...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are a lot of volunteers. I'm not saying that they're not.
Right.
What we need is donors. We need people that are willing to invest in this future. And maybe we need to all sit down and come up with an incentive program in which, your investment or your donation is not just, you're just giving that money away because you have it. Right. We're going to promise to get something done and deliver it. That's what I want everybody to be accountable for, what we're trying to do or what we want to propose to do, just to improve our future. Because at the end of the day, we can't make a change other than just pass down the knowledge that we have. Mm-hmm. I'm only going to learn as much as I can, and I'm only getting older, and I'm not going to be able to hold that much things in my brain anymore.
You're not that old.
You're not as old as Ralph.
No, I feel like a fossil today.
But I'm wondering, with all this properties that we have floating around, that Facebook or Google wouldn't come here to build a center.
That's what I don't understand. But a lot of the stuff, what's going on at, photo circuits.
Right.
They don't want to dig anything over there.
Right.
But I don't know. It's really weird that we can't get any big company here to do something, like Sal, is there a program that like a kid from when he gets out of school, he could work at La Placita for a couple of hours? Do they still have working papers? They still have that?
Yeah. We don't have a particular program for that, but I do have high school kids that work with us over the years, since we started,
So when they get out of school, they go there and work a couple hours.
Yes.
And then Saturday and Sunday they work.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we need: local businesses to help out. Bring some of these kids in. Because when I was growing up, we had newspapers. So I would come home from school and deliver 100 newspapers. I was done by 6:00, but still I made a little bit of money and I was still going to school. But they don't have that no more. So wouldn't it be good that these places like, La Placita does it, but, other places that would bring in a kid, 15, 16 years old to, work a couple hours, correct?
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you worked when you were a young kid too.
Yeah.
I know you
choice.
did, that's for sure.
I had no choice.
Yeah. And John's been working since he came out of the womb.
Yeah.
I've been working since crazy.
He's been
spinning discs.
Yeah.
But
a long time.
But do you ever ask like local businesses to do that, or you're not allowed to?
No. The majority of the business, they do employ locally. They love to employ locally. Why? Because it's not a long travel. Most likely people will come in on short notice unless they have something more important than to go make money. And the majority of them, they even have senior citizens who are retired, just looking for something to do, to just not be home, getting older. We do have the majority of businesses, but then there are other ones that are very specific on what they need. They need the speed, they need the youth, or they need the experience, or they need a special licensing that, can't hire these kids unless they are 18 and licensed or a little bit of experience on that. But the majority of the businesses that I have interacted with, they do have local employers. And it's the one thing that I like. When I first came in 2020, right before the pandemic, I was looking at a lot of storefronts, and they'll be open, brand new, and a couple of months later, they were closing down, And I was just wondering what's going on, I have to say, in the last 4 or 5 years, that has turned around big. They still need, I want to say, some tightening up on some areas as far as, speeding up on the paperwork and the process to get these doors open when the application is being submitted. I know a couple of businesses, they were held, back a couple of times because paperwork was not done. They were just paying rent and paying a loan on a business that wasn't generating anything because they couldn't really do anything until the permit came up. So, but I really, really like the way Glen Cove is being built up. I like the way they're trying to improve the school system. I like the way they are proposing budgets so that they can improve and being proactive in the school before something happens and then be reactive. So I like that. I like the staff that the Glen Cove High School have, the middle school, the new district leaders. It's people that I'm meeting through the chamber, and I have to say I like every single one of them, and they have nothing but my support for the future that they're definitely putting together.
Sal, he's a very bright man over here. You know that, right?
Absolutely.
And you and wait a minute,
right people.
And you grew up right next to him?
Yeah, we found out through
Very,
conversation
very smart
at
guy.
the store that we were in the same neighborhood. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know him?
No.
then?
Like I said, we met here in Glen Cove.
Oh,
But
okay.
we grew up in the same neighborhood. A couple.
They
of blocks
may have
away from
dated
each
the
other.
same girls back in the day.
You never know.
Are you both Yankee fans at least?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Well, not John.
No comment.
Yeah.
I'm outnumbered.
Big time Nick fan.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
There you
Knicks
go.
fan,
Big
hell
Nick
yeah.
fan.
Let's go Knicks.
But there are future. These kids are our future. That and I always say to myself, I hope they, get a good education because you'll be paying my Social Security one day. You know what I mean?
That's the
there's
interest,
Social
right? That's
Security-
the incentive.
Yeah, that's the
Wait,
incentive.
how long are you expecting to live? Right, John?
I'll be honest with you. So
Lisa.
So my son, when he graduated high school, he took a year off because he didn't know what to do. We brought him to BOCES. He still didn't know what to do. He's still going to go to BOCES that night. But then, like what you said, he got a full-time job, and he loved it, and he loved the money. But he's still planning on, learning a trade. But like you said, the money is good. Mm-hmm. And I say to him every day, Ryan, don't you miss school? He goes, no, because they never paid me. And I understand where he's
He
coming
sounds
from.
like his dad right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
But you know what?
everything is green, Sal. You know that.
You know what it is with those kids too? They see that their mother and father, that they're struggling, and they don't. A lot of Spanish people, they family oriented. They'll see their
Yes.
mother, father struggling, and they'll go out. You know what? Screw school. I have to go help my family, and they'll leave school because they have no other choice because they have nothing to live with, and they're struggling to eat their next meal, and they'll rather leave school and make money, and they won't see their parents struggling, than go and get their own education at that time. So that's another big issue that is going on also in the whole. It's not only here; it's all over the world.
Well, yeah. Sal, listen to this. Somebody just said, and it's my cousin again because I love my cousin. He said, I give both of your guests a lot of credit. If you just help one person, that's huge. Great job, gents, one at a time. So, yeah, and the word gets out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the props.
Let me tell you something. Sal helps everybody. But it's funny. Every time I walk into the store, Joe, he always runs into the back. I'm like, what?
I know.
I don't understand it,
Well, now he's going to run in the back and put freestyle music on.
No, he's
Yes.
not. No, I'm going to walk in there and he's going to put my stickers all over the place. Right, Sal?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
it.
But it's all about community, correct?
It is.
It's all about community and what the community. I think Glen Cove, Locust Valley, Sea Cliff. I think these communities, they when somebody needs help, they always come out, and that's the God's honest truth. I feel that like Glen Cove. Sometimes I get so PO'd about Glen Cove with the traffic. I got to deal with the traffic all day. some of the complaints. You get tired of it, but in the long run, everybody gets along. And
when
if
you think
somebody,
about it, Ralph,
what?
when you think about it, we're blessed because we're complaining about traffic.
Right.
There are places that
And
are a
for
lot
business,
worse than
that's
that.
what you want. So.
No,
Yeah.
but like Sal, I know you're in the store, but when you're driving around like me all day, you just the frustration.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
absolutely, but what I mean.
No,
is,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
We're complaining about traffic.
Yeah,
Big deal. You know what I mean? We could be complaining about something else,
Yeah,
but we don't. There's nothing really to complain about.
I think Glen Cove is great. I like it out here.
I mean, the roads, everybody, of course, if you go to Brookville and if you go to Locust Valley, I mean, there's potholes all over the place. So, of course, the taxes are it's expensive living here, but it's also worth it too. You think about it. The schools are great, right, John? The schools.
Yeah, no, the schools are great. I mean,
Yeah.
like everywhere else, you got your knuckleheads and you got your people
Knucklehead 1,
Yeah.
Knucklehead 2.
that, well,
Right? You know what I mean?
you got kids that
Shut his mic off.
mute. But no, you got all these kids like I'd say 98% of the kids in the school district that go to the high school, they're respectful and there's like zero tolerance for bullying, and so far, thank God that we don't have that going on anymore in schools. And some kids, or like you said, when it's the tough gets tough, everybody chips in, and
Yeah, everybody chips in.
everybody gets in a hand
Yeah.
and put their part in, so they could succeed,
But John, it's funny because, like I said, my wife works in the cafeteria, and one of the students wrote a note to her, a letter about, because I think the girl's graduating, and it was such a beautiful letter. It said that, you're more than a cafeteria worker, you're special to all of us, and that I thought that was great.
Yeah, because the kids come up, like I said before, one of the other shows, the kids have more confidence in the cafeteria staff and the custodial staff sometimes than their own parents.
Yeah, that's amazing too,
Yeah.
because they
That's great.
my wife tells
Yeah.
me a lot that a lot of these kids go to my wife works the cafeteria, but they go to her for all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, no,
advice, and my wife, listen, we raised 2 kids, and you're still learning how to be a parent, even though my daughter's gonna 23 and my son's gonna be 20 in a couple of days. You're still learning to be a parent. You make mistakes, except for me, but you make mistakes. But the issue is that when my wife goes to a store, they go up to her like they're so happy to see her. It's amazing.
It happens to you too, so
Right.
you can't
Just
blame
old
me, so-
ladies.
It's
though.
old ladies.
There's a big difference.
There's a
Yeah.
big difference.
See?
Well, I mean, Sal, these 2 old ladies chased me in Sam's Club because when I was helping Joe at his show, right? For some reason they noticed my voice, but they were following me. And then my wife was in the produce section. She walked out. She goes, "Who are these people?" They were like chasing me.
I believe it.
There you go.
They were
see?
opening up their shirts. They wanted him to sign her chest. Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's what shampoo he uses for his hair.
Yeah, okay.
That's celebrity status.
But you know what? To be honest with you, every kid I met at that high school they're so good. They're good kids, and they want a future too. They want opportunities, what? And I hope that and I know you're doing a great job. Sal does a great job hiring these kids. They want an opportunity. They want to be more than like what John said. Their parents work 2 or 3 jobs, and they see that. They don't want that. They want to, I want to be successful. Everybody in this world wants to be successful.
Sure.
Even Joe. Joe wants to be successful. He don't want to ride the train no more. He wants to.
I just want to be the favorite son.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, can you believe that? His own
That's never gonna happen.
his father. So he had his father at his show, and his father said he kept on calling him Mario
Okay.
because that's the favorite son.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we
Like
don't.
a declared thing.
Oh yeah. No,
Over here we got all stories for everybody.
Yeah.
man.
Oh yeah.
Forget
Oh
about
yeah, we got stories. Forget about it. It's unbelievable.
it. Yeah.
But to be honest, John,
Mm-hmm.
there's good kids in that high school. You deal a lot of those kids in high school, in the Glen Cove High School.
I have met a lot of them, especially because my son also plays sports, and he was like the new kid on the block last year. I've met John because of me going to the school and just watching my son trying to be involved with it.
I bet you my wife knows your son.
Probably. I mean, he's probably the only kid that consistently brings lunch to school and then goes up to the lunch staff just to ask for fruit.
And I bet you Lisa's the one that Lisa takes good care of those kids. But what's the biggest issue that they tell you? Like, what do they say? Like, we have a problem with this, or what's their issue? What's their biggest issue?
See, I don't have that data. I look at what is public data for me to look at, and then I see what the change has been from, the point in which I'm looking at the numbers and kind of like projecting, based on the laws that are being passed now, the things that are proposing now, where can now these data and these, actions can take us from now into the next few years. Because unfortunately, changes are not going to happen from 1 year to the next. Steps can happen from 1 year to the next, but the results, the visual upgrades are not going to happen for the next few years. Getting funds to rebuild the buildings, facility grounds, classrooms, the new field, new doors, those are quick fix. But the system, and then selling it to the kids so they can follow it, so that they can study it, so they can build upon it. It's what is going to take time. It's changing the community so that they can understand that if we follow this, this syllabus, as we might call it, it's going to get us to the promised land. But we also need the data to back it up so that people can buy it.
Do you meet with the seniors? Like they're graduating in 2 more weeks. Do you ever meet with seniors and see what their future is, or do you provide anything for them? Or
so our president, Connie Pinilla, she was there last week. We presented 3 kids with scholarships that we raised last year, doing a soccer challenge scholarship fundraiser, which we're actually doing on the 23rd of the month again this year, so that we can benefit students from the North Shore High School and Glen Cove High School.
where is that being held?
It's going to be at the Cove Academy, right across from the Lexus dealership behind Tigerman. We're going to be there on the 23rd from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And, you can go to the North Shore Hispanic Chamber of Commerce website, or you can go to the Facebook page, and the information is being posted today. And, get your tickets, support the cause for these scholarships. And we're also try to help out summer camps, kids that cannot really afford summer camps. We want to send them to summer camp as well. So it's a good cause again, and we're looking forward to raise a lot more money this year so that we can give a lot more scholarship next year.
That's amazing. You giving out 3 this year?
This year we gave out 3 to 3
Amazing.
kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they always giving out scholarships. Even Knights of Columbus does it. There's a couple of organizations that come
Sons of Italy too, right?
and present.
Do they give out scholarships? Wow. Gee, what about La Placita? You guys give out scholarships?
We're working on that.
But they do contribute to adding funds. They donate. They do contribute in other. They don't call it themselves, a scholarship, but a lot of the money that is being
So they're a
given,
silent partner.
They I'll tell you, he works in the back end. People, they just don't know it because he's not a show off.
See that, Sal? I told you. You're not a show off.
You did tell me that, right?
See, I told you. No, Sal. I was telling Sal before, when you walk in that store, it's like it's a community in there, Everybody's nice. Everybody, you know everybody. It's like it's Cheers. That's what I'm thinking about. When you walk in, everybody knows your name. Especially when I walk in. But I'm driving south.
Yeah, but
crazy.
you're the guy from Stop and Shop that comes in that they don't like.
No, I don't like, nothing against Stop and Shop. Sometimes we got to go there, but, I don't know. I don't feel that the same presence as when you walk into La Placita. Maybe because I know everybody, and you walk in, hey, good morning, Sal. Nancy's there, Maria's there. They're good people. They're good people. And see, now I know Sal does a lot of stuff behind the scenes.
He does, and then the other, in comparison to the other place that you were mentioning, La Placita has a family-oriented environment.
Exactly.
It's not that corporate. Like, he works with you. He makes things happen one way or another.
That's what I was looking for. Corporate. That's exactly what I was looking for. And like I said, nothing against all these, big corporate stores, like, Stop and Shop and King Cullen, whoever's left over.
Sam's Club,
BJ's. It's a business to them. But I think when you walk into La Placita, it's a family. It's a business, but it's also a family. You walk in and everybody's so helpful. Not saying that those other stores aren't helpful, but it's just very different atmosphere when you walk into that store. That's my opinion. I don't know how you feel about it, Joe, or John.
No, it does. I mean, it's more. See, the thing is, it's a community supermarket.
Right.
It's not a business supermarket. It is business to make money, yes, but it's more. They run it as a community supermarket,
right?
Than say like a Stop and Shop or Pat Mark or all those other big stores.
Actually, you just gave me a great idea. You know how? So I was saying when you drive into Glen Cove and you're on Glen Street, you have to look really quick to see it because it's in the back. Mm-hmm. If we put a big picture of Sal on the outside with neon, I guarantee that'll be big time right there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Why?
Maybe a picture of you. That'll work.
Well, Scooby Doo has that big blow up guy doing this.
Yeah. Why don't you? Yeah, I mean, and it's sad because it's such the parking is crazy.
Yeah, it gets tough around there.
The parking is, we sometimes we park down to 7-Eleven, and at about the time you get to La Placita, everybody's asking you for a quarter or a dime or something like that. Right.
We're trying to get the streets cleaned up, but it's tough out there.
It's hard. You walk in towards his store, and and I know those people asking for money. I know them. It's really it's sad, but there's one guy that even Lisa takes care of, the guy with the shopping cart.
Yeah.
I buy him coffee sometimes. My wife brings him, like sandwiches and stuff. So because listen, you feel bad for these people. They're human. Yeah. So I mean, you just, they're not.
And it's tough with him because he has. There's been agencies that come and try to help him. There's been people that come and try to help him. But I think it's just his illness, and where he's at in his life, and he just he can't help himself.
No, I know, and he doesn't want to help it sometimes because I always ask him. I said because I think he has a brother. I think
I've heard he's from Glen Cove.
He is, but there's some days that like my wife makes me muffins. And I'm eating a muffin. I see him there. I'll give him a couple of muffins. I feel bad, It's just it's hard. That's another thing about Glen Cove. You can't shut people out. Even though listen, if somebody is having an issue or they're in a bad spot in their life, you can't shut them out. That's one thing good about Lisa. She has such a big heart that she'll go home, make sandwiches for the guy, and look for him. She actually circles and looks for this guy just to give him something to eat. You know, it's just tough. It's tough. That's another thing that, you know, the kids that graduate from high school, you know, hopefully, they either go to, for more education or get a job. You just want to make sure that everybody has a good future. It's tough. It's really tough. But just thank God Sal works there. That's all I got to say. You walk in there and, I never hit a lotto over there. That's for sure.
No.
No, I think I hit about $5 there.
You got to ask the girl for the winning ticket. That's all you got to do.
They had a big winner one time.
Oh, they did?
What was this, King Kong?
Oh, that was before.
Before it was La Placita.
But I heard about that.
Yeah, it was what's his name?
Oh,
Joe Val.
I remember that.
Joe Val won King Kong over there.
I remember that. Yeah.
I think he just got his last payment. No.
Oh, really?
Wow.
She mailed to me.
Yeah, I know. He should have done it to everybody. Give us a little bit for the podcast.
For the Jay and Ralph house.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean.
No, but there was a big winner there years ago. I forgot how many years he won it. I think it's
What do you think is the
15 years maybe.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
What do you think is your biggest seller? What does people go in for La Placita the most for?
I'm gonna recommend the guac.
Really?
Homemade guac, like we make it ourselves. We put in fresh cilantro, fresh onion.
Oh, I might have to get that.
We
from
leave
Lisa.
the pit right in the.
Where is that?
It's right in the
deli
produce
department?
section, and now 4 on the right hand side.
Just past the beans.
You mean the coffee beans?
The coffee
right?
beans.
Coffee beans. Wait, so
Listen,
are you working Monday?
you gotta try the guac with there's spicy and there's regular, and then you gotta try with the plantain chips.
Well, I'm gonna ask.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna because Lisa loves guacamole, and you guys make it there. It's homemade.
We make it there, yeah. The guys make it there.
And that's that's everybody just loves it.
Yeah. That started in Port Washington.
Oh, it did.
And I have people from Port Washington come and get it.
So why don't you put La Placita, home of the
Guac.
famous guac?
And no gravy.
No gravy.
See what I got to put up with?
Now, you know what that tells me?
What?
That people eat healthy when they buy a La Placita.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
hell
That's
yeah.
right.
No preservative, there's no additive, there's no chemicals.
That's right. See that?
That's correct.
Actually, they have a brand. I forgot what the brand was of yogurt that I always go there when it's on sale, and I buy a whole mess of them. And it's banana yogurt. It's absolutely delicious, and I can't find it anywhere else.
Well, we're gonna keep it coming, man.
You got to keep it. It's nice and fresh. But the guac, I'm gonna ask Lisa tonight if she wants. So it's spicy and what else?
There's some that's made with jalapeno, and then there's some that's not made with jalapeno. So
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
regular.
The jalapeno.
For people like me that don't like spicy.
You don't like spicy?
Not to
No,
burn my
me
tongue.
neither.
Not to burn
my
tongue.
wife don't like spicy either. I
Yeah.
love spicy.
I know you like spicy.
I'm gonna have to get 1 and 1.
Yeah, I gotta. Definitely gotta get it
1 and 1.
because actually Lisa she makes salad and she puts avocados too. She loves avocados.
So we are La Placita, Bravo, but we cater to everyone. And if we don't have something at the store and someone is looking for it, please come see me, see one of my managers, and we'll try to make it happen.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. La Placita is the place to go, because it's a nice feeling when you walk in and you feel like you're wanted. Instead of saying how much you're going to spend today, you go in there and hey, how you doing? How's everything? How's it going? But now I made Sal into a rock star, so
That's how I feel. This is why this is my favorite podcast. I felt like that when I was coming in here too.
see that, Joe?
Oh yeah. We always make
I felt
everybody
welcome,
feel.
See?
No, of course.
So now you can play this over but when Ralph walks in, you have to play freestyle.
That's it. That's number
See what I
one
gotta
rule.
see what I got to put up with?
That's
wanna-
rule number 1.
You want to know the funny thing? When Ralph came out, I looked at him and what was the first thing I said to you?
I know who you are.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah?
knows Ralph.
See that, Joe?
Yeah.
Everybody knows
Who?
Ralph.
Come on. You know what people tell me, and this is the truth, Sal. I think I told you once before. If I ever cut my hair, nobody would notice me.
Yeah. It might be true.
You think so?
I think you should
That's a
try it.
stamp.
Guys,
No.
can you keep his head swollen? I can't open the doorway more. That's
got-
that's the
It's
biggest
nice.
the doorway
But
goes.
you want to hear something funny about that? At the store, I'm usually wearing the Bravo vest, and people come in, they'll say my name. Hey, Sal, how are you? And sometimes I'll see them outside of the store, and they don't know who I am.
What?
Good, you're incognito.
Because you're incognito.
Are you serious?
And they're like, "Oh, you're from the store, right?"
No, you always wear that life vest. You always wear the life vest.
the little Bravo vest.
Yeah, I always. It looks like like Back to the Future. It's like a life vest. Any shout outs over there? You got a lot of people shout out.
Yeah, I got a couple of shout outs. Big shout out to everybody listening on Facebook Live. Big shout out to your cousin, George.
No, Greg.
Greg. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg.
No, he's gonna come here and get mad at you now.
That's right, George. Greg. Big shout out to Chad McKay. Big shout out to
Has TikTok.
TikTok is moving. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I need a
There's
shout
a
out
lot
to
of
TikTok.
people. A lot of, Melissa, Josephine. Big shout out to Yuri. Big shout out to Becky. Big shout out to everybody listening on Facebook. Please download the app, guys. This episode is going to be airing again on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Apple Podcast, everywhere. I mean, there's so many places we got the episodes coming up. Spotify. Please download the app, Jay and Rouse House. That's on Apple Store and Google Play Store. So I mean, we're growing. We're growing. That's a good thing.
That's right. So what's in store for the future right now?
Well,
A lot.
it's a lot of moving parts. Do you have in a specific area that you were more curious?
Well, I mean, for say the students graduating, students looking for any kind of help. You have probably students who, have nowhere to go after school's over. Do you have any programs to offer them? It's just that, like you said, there's a lot of moving parts. The main thing to me is the graduates that are graduating. What incentive do you give the graduate class? What do you tell them?
Well, everything goes back to funding. What's available to maintain that program after school? That's the biggest roadblock. But other than going back to further your education to put yourself in a bigger position, and I don't have to say everybody has to go to college.
No.
Trade school is there. There are other things that you can start learning as an intern, as somebody who is shadowing somebody, only because they probably are not familiar with the language or are not very familiar with how our tools call, and listening to that in class, not understanding what that is, it's going to be frustrating for anybody who doesn't know
College
what it
isn't
is.
for everybody. College is not for everybody.
Correct. And this is now the best transition time that we're in. It is the toughest because it's moving really fast. Not everybody can move at the same speed, but once you get it, you get it. You don't have to get it now, but you need to keep practicing. You need to keep working on it. You need to find your motivation. Money, it's the biggest motivator for a lot of people. For others are not. For others, it's all about making other people feel good. Obviously, they want to, make money out of that. But money is not everybody's motivator, but you need money to do anything. So, at the end of the day, businessmen, that's your motivator. It's how much money can I make so that whoever I'm leaving behind don't have to work as hard as I did. And how can they get bigger? How can they get, wealthier? How can they have better knowledge? How can they pass down that knowledge? That's how I actually got into insurance. Because if I knew what I know now about insurance, we would have been in a little better shape than we are now.
Why say that?
Because when you secure yourself in a way, for example, if my parents knew about life insurance and these kind of policies that when they pass away, we don't have to struggle a lot. We can put that money to put us in a better position, and then we go and do the same thing for our kids, which is that's where that generational wealth comes from. Your life application. Who do you have it? What is that building for you in the future? What about your kids? Does your kids have a life policy, so that when they reach 18, they have a couple of $100,000 that they can put down, for a down payment on a building, and now they become landlord. It's things that you learn when you're older, when you surround yourself with the right people.
That's the
right.
exposure. That's the exposure I was talking about.
Yeah.
So
When you're not around that, you don't know.
So
And shout out to Celeste and Allstate.
I learn a lot, and I'll tell you, partnering with Celeste and Allstate, it has been a blessing, because again, the knowledge that I'm gaining, the experience that I'm getting while I'm working in the industry as well, it's eye-opening. And it's one of the reasons why I also want to educate, the Hispanic community in that area, because this is something that we don't really know about in our country. So when we come over here, we don't know any about it. And we make good money, but we don't know where to put it.
But it's very competitive, right? It's very, very competitive. The insurance.
Just like everything.
Yeah.
Just like everything. You just have to make sure that you find the right partner for you. Because, you also need to know how much money do you have, how much do you want to invest, and what kind of term policy or permanent policy you can afford. You don't have to start big. You just got to start. You got to start somewhere. And as you start getting, you can always upgrade. You can always update. You can always change it. So, but the problem is that a lot of people don't know. They don't know where to start. They don't know where to go to. So, last year, we had a family that the head of household passed away unexpectedly, and left the wife and kids, and now they need to find solutions to a problem that they don't know what's going to happen. So the chamber decided to chip in with some other programs within Glen Cove to do fundraisers and all that stuff to help that family throughout the summer last year, and we did a wonderful job. We put the family in a space in which we don't have to worry about them as much, but if the father would have left, let's say, for example, a life policy so that the kids can be protected, then they didn't have to worry about, how am I going to pay this camp? How am I going to pay the rent? What's going to happen to the kids' schools and everything else, The mom, what am I going to do now? I haven't working X, Y, and Z because I've been a housewife because my husband was the provider. So this is, again, the part of reaching out to the community so that we try to avoid for these situations to be as common.
That's amazing. But the only thing is that you never know when your time is up.
You don't, and that's the funny thing about insurance. But I always say it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not having
That's
it.
right. That's right.
What did Chris Rock say? In case
case
shit happens.
So your fundraiser is good.
It's on June 23rd. It's at the Cove Academy, right behind Tigerman, across from the Lexus dealership here in Glen Cove. Go online to North Shore Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. You can find us on Facebook. And, get your tickets, so you can reach out to the podcast. They're going to have all of the information.
That's right.
Or whenever you see Sal at La Placita, just, let him know.
And make sure he's not wearing the Bravo. That's his Halloween costume.
So we're really looking forward for the community to come up big. We definitely want to give out a lot more scholarships to the kids and be able to help out the camps goers so that they can, get some funding as well, so they can go and enjoy the kids and socialize with the other kids as well.
You don't get any political people involved, do you? Like, do they help out?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I have to say the majority of them, they make themselves present. They are a big supporter of the chambers of commerce. They are pro businesses. I have to say I have no complaint about them because they are really, really pushing so that the community and the city of Glen Cove grows.
Because, so we had a We have somebody running for state senate, Rory Latchman, and we had him on the show a couple weeks ago. So he's on Tuesday, June 16th at 6 p.m. He is having a, I guess it's one of those fundraisers, correct, John?
Yeah.
He's having a fundraiser at Janine's American Bistro.
Bistro.
Be sure.
One of the best restaurants that you can go to here in Glen Cove.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You been there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to go to her when she was at the
The one,
golf course.
page one.
Yeah.
Page one.
But you know, I'm going to mention your Chamber of Commerce to him. He's running for state senate for the city of Glen Cove. You know that this district. I think I'm gonna mention.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's also going to come back on the show too, and he's running. And he called me the other day, and he said, you know, he appreciated him. He came on the show. He's going to come back on in September. But I think I might have to bring you back on here when he's here.
I'll be more than happy to.
Yeah. What about you, Sal? Would you come on again?
Absolutely, my pleasure. And I appreciate you bringing me on, Ralph.
No, I appreciate you coming on because you know you kept on telling me you know what can I say? What can I say? Believe me, when you're sitting next to me, I have a lot to say.
Just go with the flow, man.
That's
Just
it.
go with the
That's
flow.
it.
Joe, you have anything?
No, but we should try to have Celeste on and Connie. It'd be good to have on.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Bring them on.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yeah.
even ever he can come and do your haircut for you while you're here.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have anything to say, Joe?
Live on
It's
there.
Flag Day. Yeah, right. That would be good. It's Flag Day on Sunday. It's your son's birthday.
Yeah. What do you
Um,
got going on?
Just Flag Day. I was going to have Monsignor Jamie Gigantello on from the Our Lady of Mount Carmel Feast. I think they're celebrating like 130 plus years of the feast in Williamsburg. So he'll be on the end of June. He canceled. I don't know why.
Oh. So I guess you got to play music.
I'll have to play some Jimmy Roselli.
Yeah.
Some freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
You also got the Greek festival going on in Glen Cove.
Yes, Greek Festival.
How did
That's for
the
Sunday.
how did St. Gertrude?
They did all right. The Saturday night was brutal with the weather, the wind.
Oh, with that little
bad.
storm that
Oh,
went
yeah.
by.
Yeah.
You were working?
No, I wasn't there. I was actually at the Happy Together tour.
Oh, that's right. Is that why you asked if Dennis was there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually, believe it or not. So when I was watching the Knick game was over like what 12:30 at that
Yeah.
night. Dennis was texting me. He
Fell
watched the
asleep,
game.
huh? Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, and he's like, "Wasn't that great? Wasn't that great?"
But last Saturday was cool. I was at the 42nd anniversary of the Ghostbusters with
Yeah.
Joe Cirillo.
How is he doing?
He's doing well. He's
Yeah.
94 and still going strong.
And how was? But Flo and Eddie, they're not alive anymore, right?
No, they weren't. The Turtles weren't there at all.
Oh, usually they're
Turtles,
there.
Yeah, no. That's how that started. That whole thing started.
So who's there now? The
So they had a
Calsills?
guy. Yeah, they had the Calsills, the Association, the Vogues.
Did you bring your wife?
Yes, I did.
That's
Of
the
course
first
I brought
family,
them.
right?
Yes, I
That's
brought
not the
them.
second family.
No. No, but it was good though. There was a lot of people there. The association, the Trogs, Wild Thing.
Oh, I thought that guy passed away.
No, he
The
was-
lead
they were
singer.
there. Maybe the lead singer.
Yeah.
Jason Sheff, who was the lead singer of Chicago.
You know that story about the Calsills, right?
No, tell us the story about the Calsills.
The daughter said that she was raped by the father.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, read it. They had a biography on them.
But
I
Ron-
think they're a family, right?
Yes,
I think
yes,
the brothers.
yes. Two brothers
Yeah,
and a sister.
Yeah, the sister said that she was.
Yikes.
Yeah,
They're from Rhode Island. Ron Dante was.
you know
there.
that. You know what song they sang, right?
Um,
Hair,
Hair. That's right. Yes.
hair.
Yes. That's
You know what I
Ralph's
mean?
song.
That's my song. So nothing's going on this weekend.
No. I mean, we might get surprise people. You never know.
Yeah, you should have Sal come on,
I'll have Sal come on.
or
As long
Mr.
as he
Roberto.
only sells, as long as he only sells sauce and not gravy.
Yeah.
But gravy could be brown in a jar.
There you
That's
go.
it.
But also go to La Placita because they have the number one
Guacamole.
guacamole.
That's
See
it.
that? Sal, any shout outs?
Shout outs to everyone that works there. Shout outs to all my staff, and all our customers and all the Glen Cove community. In reality, I'm very grateful.
No, we're I tell you, it's a great store.
Yeah.
Roberto, any shout outs, Roberto?
All of those businesses and organizations running camps in any program that is out there having a crowd for the summer, it's going to be a very, very hot summer. So talk to your boy Sal so that he can place the order for your water, so you can have enough for your kids and your camp goers. So even your watermelons, when you cut them down, those are very, very great way to be hydrated. So just go in there and put your orders in.
Sal, you need an ice cream
This guy's
machine
the
there.
man.
You know that, right?
Ice cream machine?
Yeah, like one of those self-serve, like Carvel.
Well, there is an ice machine at the outside.
Yeah, I know.
And we
Yeah,
have cream
yeah.
in the dairy department. Put
And
them
he's
together.
got beans.
Make your
when
own is what he's saying.
He's got beans when you walk in.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the big black so you can get the frio.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, that's
There
it.
you
That's what
go.
you like,
Big
right?
black ice.
There you go. Yeah, and then
Shit.
put the pina colada. I'm telling you, the guy was an old man, and I was in the Bronx with my Uncle Rick, and he had what a businesses he had, and he had all the flavors. So I got the pina colada, but he was shaving the ice. He put it in, in the little cup, and it was delicious.
You do that again one more time. He does that pretty good. I think he could be in front of your store.
No, seriously,
Sure.
that's the way he
Yeah,
shaved the
Right,
ice.
John, what do you think?
And you got to bang it.
Yo, let me tell you
Pack it
something. So we're going to the Yankee game on Wednesday. My son
Oh,
and
nice.
yeah. So we
You're
get
not
on.
going to the Nick game? I'm surprised.
No, the parade we're going to go to.
Oh, the parade,
If
yeah. You that,
I'm not, I don't want to talk ahead of myself.
Yeah, we're
if,
going. We're
but
going.
we're definitely going to go. But I got $5 Yankee tickets from the Union, so we're going Wednesday. They're playing, but so every time we go to a Yankee game, we go to Grand Central, then we take the 4.
Mm-hmm.
When we're pulling up, my son always goes, "Grandma grew up over here." I said, "Yeah, but it was different. It was completely different. The Bronx was completely different." Then I tell my son, there was times when I went to my Uncle Rick's on the weekend in the Bronx, and I'm telling you, I didn't sleep that whole weekend because all you hear is people all night, and the cops and the fire department, and all night long.
Now check this out, Ralph. I grew up in the city in Washington Heights area, and it's like you're saying, it's a lot of noise all the time. I came out to school out here to SUNY Westbury, and I was dorming, and I'm looking in the woods, and I'm like, damn, this shit is scary out here. I kind of rather hear, shooting, the sirens, but I'm looking in the woods, I'm thinking,
Looking for John Rambo.
is
hell
Jason
yeah.
coming out?
What?
Who's coming out? Freddy Krueger's coming out?
Somebody.
Are you
What's
serious?
going on? Yeah.
He was
This
like,
is-
I'd rather a bullet kill me than a
Yeah.
spider.
It's about exposure.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. For me, coming here to the island, at that age, it was completely different, a different experience for me.
I'm telling you, because my mother always talks about when she was growing up and how tough it was. There was tough times because my mother had 9 brothers and sisters. My father had 13 brothers and sisters, but they grew up in Glen Cove. But I don't know if I told you, I went to the Bronx one day, and I was with my uncle. I think I was helping him in his apartment, and there was a park outside. We went to the park. And like I got the shave ice, I'm eating the shave ice, and I see one guy running, and I see like 3 other people chasing the guy, and then they caught him in the corner and they started kicking him and punching him. I'm like, what's going on over here?
Sometimes it's community. He probably did something wrong.
He
and
did.
got caught.
My uncle said he stole a battery because they were yelling. They were yelling at each other in Spanish. So I didn't understand what they were saying, but my uncle was, they were Spanish and he understood. He said that he stole that battery. There was a school right down the street. He stole the battery out of the car in the school, and the 3 people saw him and they chased him and they beat the crap out of him. And I'm like, what's going on over here?
That's community there.
That's
community
community.
strong. Right
That's
there.
community strong. But every time we go to the Yankee game, my son always says, "Grandma grew up over here," but it was completely different. Where did you grow up? Washington Heights?
Yeah, Washington Heights, the Inwood area, like Dykeman up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you go to SUNY Westbury and you see trees and you run for your
Yeah,
life.
I'm like, what? This is scary out here. Like, all you hear is the chirping.
Why, they don't have lights? They didn't have lights over there?
I mean, but it's
That's
what's
what-
Completely
behind the
different,
trees.
though.
That's the question.
Oh
It's like,
my!
I have a light above me, but in front of me is pitch black. What's in there?
That's what. Remember, I told you that's when we were doing the radio. Joe still does the radio there at SUNY Westbury.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, do you see Jason over there, or
No,
or
Michael
Freddy
Myers.
Krueger, or Michael Myers? So, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Any last words, Sal?
No, like once again, thank you, Ralph. Thank you, Joe and Jay.
No problem.
Yeah.
Mr. Roberto?
I also want to say thank you for allowing me to come into your space and talk about the community and our chamber and this the insurance world. And I would love to come back if the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, you can always come back.
And bring the Celeste is her name?
Yeah, Celeste, she does Allstate insurance. She's great.
She's the agency owner. Listen, I'm pretty sure you've seen her face all over.
I see everybody's face.
So, she is one of the biggest real estate, insurance owners
In Glen Cove?
In Glen Cove. And she is, top 5 nationwide with
Really?
Oh yeah. So
You're number 6, right?
When you really, I'm under her. So
Oh.
she is my lead. She is my mentor. She is the one that's teaching me everything I know.
And you learn every day a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially with her. She is a mind that is always on the go.
Now, before we go, my question to you is, the kids should see how you made it. Listen, you probably came here and, Glen Cove and there was nothing going on. And, did you go to school for that? Or you learned
For what?
for insurance?
Well, yes, I have to study and get certified.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See?
I did go and get my brokers and agents license. So yes, you have
So,
to study and pass, because you have to be able to guide people. This having insurance is not an easy thing. The wrong situation, the wrong package can put you in a very difficult spot.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah.
But the kids that you're, talking with, they should look up to you and say, listen, I want to be where you are.
Absolutely. Celeste started when she was, a teenager.
Oh, really?
She has over 30 years of experience
Wow.
in the industry. She's still in her 40s.
We got to get her on the show, John.
So she is definitely a blueprint to successful.
We have to have a part 2 to this.
No, we will. We
We're going
definitely
to have
will.
a part 2.
Definitely
We definitely
will.
got to come on.
And just real quick, I'm sorry. When I said
That's right.
community strong before, I remembered Dustin Harvey, who's doing really good things
Oh,
in
yeah.
the community. This he's great.
He works.
Shout
He
out.
works for the city.
Yeah.
Works for the
Yeah,
city.
that's Dustin.
Yeah, he does the barbecue and everything.
Destino. Yep.
Yeah,
Community strong barbecue.
yep. And then La Placita is going to do a barbecue outside the store one day. Right?
That's the plan. When we expand, that's what I want to do.
Yeah,
I did it one time. The first time we expanded, I want to do it again.
yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You had something going on that one time. Remember?
Yeah.
I went over there and I got hot dogs. I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were free.
They were free.
Yeah. See that, Joe?
But
He
hot
had
dogs, free hot
he,
dogs?
no, he had a big barbecue that one time, and we all went over there, and
Of course.
I kept on changing my shirt to get another hot dog. It was one per person, but I put a couple of shirts in my truck, and I kept on changing shirts.
The hair gave it away. Should have cut the hair.
No, I had a hat on, then I put a lot of things. But Joe, any last words?
No, I'm good. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Stay cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go Knicks.
Let's
Go
go
Knicks.
next.
Yeah.
Let's go next.
Go ahead, John.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Please tune into Channel 7 News on, actually not Channel 7 News, Channel 7 on Sunday at 12 o'clock. The Puerto Rican parade is going to be on. We're going to have our float in the parade. Hopefully we make some TV time. But I'm ready.
My face will make TV time.
Well, please. They're gonna throw. they got the werewolves ready for you. But with that, yeah. So we're gonna be having our float in the parade, and also 116 festivals tomorrow. That's gonna be aired on Channel 11. I'm very excited for Sunday, because it's gonna be an honor and a pleasure after doing the parade for over 27 years. Have our own float in the parade. Big shout out to Boricua Posse. Big shout out to all the artists that's going to perform on the float. Big shout out to DJ Macho. He's going to be the DJ for the day. Chad McKay, thank you for whatever you do for the station. On that note, guys, we are out of here. This is going to be aired again on Spotify and all platforms.
And go to La Placita and get the delicious guac.
Yep. Well, guys, on that note, we are out of here. I love you guys, and please share the show. Please share the podcast. And we are out of here.
Download the app.
Download the app, too. Yes, download the app.
And wave at Joe when he's limping, because he still didn't get his foot fixed.
No.
All right, guys, we are out of here. We love you.
Thank you. If the Knicks